Me getting on this mat this morning, now that's a victory. Because for the last couple minutes, from my bed to this spot right here, my mind has kicked in a whole bunch of reasons why I shouldn't do my morning practice. Very busy day today, oh my God. Already thinking about all the stuff that's coming up. I've got to take care of my kids today. I've got all kinds of stuff going on today. Or how about, I'm just a little bit tired today, I think I'll stay in bed. I can get to it later on. Maybe I'll get to it later on. Or I don't feel well, I'm kind of low energy, I got to bed late last night. There are literally a million reasons that our minds are going to kick in as to why we should miss our morning practice. And yet, our commitment to this daily practice, what we call our sadhana practice, morning spiritual practice, is the central part, the most important part of beginning a day and putting yourself in the right frequency and the right vibration to be able to have a great day for yourself. Sadhana is an act of self-love. It's an act of victory. It's an act of power. I mean, this is really where we get to access more power for ourselves. We put a little distance in our sadhana practice between our thoughts and our reactions. We're able to identify our true self and separate our true self out from our thoughts and our emotions. We begin to find a center. And so I tell people on a path of recovery all the time, if you want to have a sustainable path of recovery, bring a morning spiritual practice into your life. Give yourself this gift and start every single day with a victory. Now you'll see I showed up on my mat here with a couple items. I usually bring my timer, which is in the form of my cell phone, and I just put it on airplane mode, and now I can time myself through different exercises. I bring my incredible shawl, which I like to wrap around myself during sadhana practice. I just like the feeling of wrapping myself when I'm in meditation. So I bring a shawl, and it also helps if you are practicing in a chilly place. So I bring that to sadhana as well, and that's a way I like to practice. And I also bring my journal, because I find that a lot of very, very important downloads come to me at this time of day as a result of my practice. So I like to have my journal nearby so I can write down some thoughts as they come. Wonderful. Now, what is a sadhana practice? What does a sadhana practice consist of? Well, for me, sadhana practice is a little bit of movement, a little bit of physical movement, a little bit of meditation. There may be some pranayama or breath exercises that I might do. Ultimately, I'm trying to bring myself to a state of quiet and stillness, where I can really start to connect with a more subtle part of myself, with what I would consider to be my Satnam, or my true self. That's what I'm working on every morning. And it has never let me down to do this practice. I'll always end my sadhana with some quiet, silent meditation, even just a few minutes. And I have found it to be sweet and lovely and unbelievably helpful for my life. So I want to encourage you, pick a sadhana that we're providing for you here in Recovery 2.0. The idea is to do this sadhana practice for 40 days. 40 days in a row. Why 40 days? Yogis for thousands of years have found that right around 40 days, if you do something continuously each day, it forms a powerful new habit. What are we doing on the path of recovery if not forming powerful and better habits than the ones we used to have? So your sadhana as a new habit is going to be a great thing. I also want to give you an opportunity to get the most out of whatever practice you choose. So doing it each day for 40 days is really going to give you a feeling and an experience, a relationship with that particular practice. Now also, people on a path of recovery, we have been accused, we have been blamed, we have blamed ourselves because we have a hard time committing to things. We have a hard time seeing things through. And certainly doing something every single day for 40 days is going to build our ability, build our capacity to see things through. This is a wonderful quality to start cultivating in your character. And so sadhana, it serves us on so many levels. Lastly, I want to say this. If you're anything like me, when you wake up in the morning, there can be an anxiety. There can be a negativity as we think about the day to come. It's not always joyous and happy and free. If you can get right out of bed and get right down on your mat and do your sadhana practice, what I believe you will find, as I have found in my direct experience, is that negativity shifts, that anxiety dissipates, and all of a sudden you find new resources that you can draw upon to live to the absolute fulfillment, to the absolute possibility of that particular day. Now, I'm not saying that every day is going to be a great day. We are human beings. We're going to have hard days, and we're going to have great days. And we're going to have everything in between. I am saying that if you do your sadhana practice, you'll have access to the resources you need to handle whatever your day is providing you with elegance and dignity and grace and effectively. I wish you this practice of sadhana. I so hope you will commit to it for yourself and pick whichever one is most right for you right now. And make a commitment that one day at a time, each day you'll wake up and you'll do it. Now, what happens if you don't do it? If you miss your sadhana practice in the morning, let's say you wake up and literally you overslept by an hour, you've got to get out the door, you shower, you get dressed, and out you go. Does that mean you can't do your sadhana later on? Of course not. Do your sadhana later on in that day. Now let's say you never get to it and the day goes by. Does that mean something horrible will happen to you? Of course not. What it means is the next morning when you wake up, you have an opportunity to start again. There's never a reason to beat yourself up for missing sadhana. Having said that, make the commitment and one day at a time show yourself that you can do it. This is a victory. We can seize this victory every single day. That is the practice of sadhana. As always, if you have any questions, just write us. We want to make sure that we are doing everything possible to get you into this practice so you can reap all the benefits it has to offer. Here's to a great sadhana, and we'll see you down the road. Satnam.